Hey guys, welcome to my second ever YouTube video. Yeah, sorry that I sound a bit pissed off. It's just that I was recording this video. I had the script in and everything, but then for some reason I forgot to turn my mic on. Like, I did so much preparation for this, only to see my mic is turned off. So anyways, this is going to be a basic redstone tutorial for noobs. So in this tutorial, we're going to be looking at the redstone repeater, the redstone block, powered blocks, levers, buttons, and how to organize your redstone, as well as the difference between buttons and levers and sticky pistons as well. And so a good thing for testing your redstone circuits is always using a redstone lamp, because if you just do the circuit without testing it and it doesn't work, then you're gonna have to rewire the whole thing. So I'd recommend testing it first. Anyways, let's get right into it. So basically, redstone dust. Redstone dust carries a circuit forward. Like, it's the most basic of the redstone blocks. So as you can see, the redstone powers up and it goes down. Next, we have buttons and levers. So a button gives a quick power to the redstone. So basically, the power's up and then power's down. This is useful for doors that you just want to like make them turn on and then turn off. That is the main purpose of buttons, as well as like piston doors and stuff. But that's more complicated. Next, we are moving on to levers. Levers are a toggleable redstone current. So what I mean by that is, leading out a lever, we have a redstone current and a lamp right here. When we turn the lever on, this current will be on forever until we turn the lever off. This is useful for things like a toggleable nether portal. You normally always want to have it off, but whenever you want it on, you just turn it on. And then if you might want to keep the nether portal off, and so you just keep it off by just keeping the lever there, while a button would just turn it back on later. And next we have the difference between them. So a button is normally used for door circuits, and levers are used for more permanent circuits that are meant to last. And a good way to get infinite redstone supply is just, instead of wasting your time with a redstone torch, just get a lever and leave it on. That is just an infinite redstone source as well. Redstone torches are useful for something specific that nothing else can do, though, but we'll get into that later. So next we are going to powered blocks. So as you can see, this circuit is not touching my lamp at all. But as you can see, when I press this lever, the lamp is still going to activate. So the reason that this is happening is because this redstone connects to this block, and this block gets powered. Only one block can get powered each time. So basically, like, this one block can get powered. Like, if we added another block and did this block would not get powered. We'd have to do another piece of redstone. This is super useful for compacting circuits, because let's just say you want to do like, let's just say like a generator. You have a repeater with redstone on the upper circuit right here. You also need to power both of these lamps. So basically, you're like, well, what do I do to make this tiny and compact? So basically, you can just do this and this, instead of making the redstone go around that, which would be much more inefficient and would add another extra layer to the redstone. And the one important tip for testing your redstone builds is that you should always, before you make a build in survival, test it out in a creative world with just sand and is super flat. By the way, this guide is for PC and Java, because I don't know much about the other things, and redstone is probably different there. So if you're on Bedrock or Xbox, then get PC, and also just try to like do this for your version. Like, these tips may not all work for your version. Next, we have the difference between pistons and sticky pistons. So both of them are pretty similar in that they push a block, and basically a piston can just pushes it, while the sticky piston also just pushes it. But as you can see, when we turn them both off, there's a major difference. The piston just leaves the block there, and the sticky piston contracts this. So the sticky piston is normally always more useful, but the piston has its own uses as well. Next, we are going to be talking about a very basic redstone circuit and why it doesn't work. Why it works. So basically, and remember this tutorial is for beginners. If you're good, then this probably won't mean much to you. So just do that, and so basically the goal of this circuit is to get both of those to power on, and as you can see, this only powers on one. And the reason is because you might think, well, this piston block is powered, why isn't it powering this? Well, the piston block is using the power to push this. So to make the circuit more efficient, you would have to put a normal block right there and a piston right there. So just toggle this, and this would be way better because this block is now powering that, and so you can have a separate circuit like that, and boom, your thing is all hooked up now. So basically, that is how repeaters work, and that is how the difference between the two pistons. Next, we have organizing, and a lot of redstone builds are just like repeater, random, and you won't really understand them after you make them. So a good way to organize it is by having three main colors. For me, for this video, I'm going to be using blue, green, and red. So blue wool is for using the start and end of a circuit. Green wool is for when circuits interact. Like, let's say you needed to power two things. You'd remember that this would work like that. Let's just say you need to power up all of those things. And let me just put things that require power on all those sides. And as you can see, that would power them all up. And this super organized because this is the start of the circuit. Let's just say there was like a huge circuit and this was the start of it, and the green was when the things intersected. Red is just for carrying on the circuit, and I count the start of a circuit 5 blocks. You should never mess with the start of circuit because that usually messes things up. So just this would be used to carry main circuits, and then there might be a couple green running through it because you want to intersect something. So those are the three wool types you want to use to organize. I mean, you can use any color, but those are just the ones I learned with. Feel free to comment down below your ones that you like. And next off, we have the comparator. Well, the thing about the comparator is it's a bit advanced in that it toggles on and off redstone signals like the lever, except it requires the redstone signal itself. So if you power a redstone signal with a comparator and you let it go out, then the redstone will just toggle on and off. A good example of this is a TNT cannon, which I'm sure if a lot of you have watched any TNT Wars YouTubers, you know that most of them use these little bad boys. And lastly, I want to thank you guys for watching this video, and especially since I haven't uploaded for a while. Yeah, thank you for watching. Enjoy!